and welcome to another night of Together in Faith at Eastside Lutheran Church. Let's see here. It seems like it's working, but I just want to make sure that the stream is going before I get too far along. All right. Looks like that's propagating. So we're streaming live to both Facebook Live and to YouTube. And I just started like a minute or two early just to make sure that we were getting things going. So there we go. I see it showing up on Facebook. And let's see if we can get it to show up on YouTube. So let me do a little bit of technical stuff in the side while we're all jumping online. And oh, yeah, I see it live right now. Okay. Looks like we're there, and I have the chats open. So if you are joining us tonight, please do join us in the chat. Let me know that you're there, either on Facebook Live or on YouTube. Would love to see your comments. Looks like we've got a few viewers on right now. And so come and let me know who's there. I'm going to let you know about what our topic is. Well, you can kind of see it in the title, right? We're going to talk about St. Dysmas. I got together earlier this afternoon with Pastor Wayne Gallipo. He is the pastor of St. Dysmas Lutheran Church, and we're going to talk all about St. Dysmas in just a moment. So let me see if we have anything going on in the chat yet. Doesn't look like it, but let me know you're there. I see a few people are jumping online. All right, let's see here. Where are those comments? Oh, there we are. I see you, Colin and Harriet. Thanks for joining us. And from Cherokee Village, Arkansas, David. Good to have you with us. And Judy Eliason, good evening. Good to be here with you. Well, excellent. I'm glad to know that we got the Facebook going. And let's see, don't see any comments yet on YouTube, but this is kind of a new thing where we're streaming live to YouTube also. So let's talk about Together in Faith, St. Dysmas. So if you're longtime Eastsiders, you know that St. Dysmas Lutheran Church is one of our partner ministries, and St. Dysmas is the prison ministry of the South Dakota Synod of the ELCA. They have two worshiping congregations, and one is not too far from us here in Sioux Falls. And so just in a moment, I'm going to switch over to video recording with Pastor Wayne Gallipo, chat a little bit more about St. Dysmas, and I'll be monitoring the chats as we talk. And so if you have questions or comments, just put them in the chats and we can talk some more. But the big news that I want to share with you tonight is that there's a tradition here at Eastside to go and worship in the chapel at the prison. And we're going to be doing that in late October. We're setting up the details now. But if you are interested at all in being a part of that experience, then I encourage you to reach out to me, reach out to the folks at St. Dysmas. But really, we want to start getting the ball rolling soon so we kind of know how many people are going to join us. And I'll mention this in the conversation with Wayne, but my experience, I've been a part of some prison ministries in other places in the past, and they really are just a lovely experience. If you have any doubts or questions, and I hope you'll reach out and ask them ahead, and don't let that get in the way of you coming and being a part of this experience. It is really beautiful. Every prison ministry that I've ever been involved in has always been a unique and lovely experience, and so there's one that you can experience here right in your backyard. All right, so with that in mind, oh, look at this. We've got Nyla's online, and Irene, and Carol, and Bonnie, and Karen. That's so great. And Connie. Hey, Thanks. Thanks for being here. I know you're going to love this conversation with Pastor Wayne, and when we come back on, I'll go ahead and give you a few more details of places you can go so we can start to get planning for our late October worshiping together with the St. Dysmas community. But for right now, let me go to this video. It's just a 12-minute conversation with Pastor Wayne. Here it is. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, I'm well. Here's the thing. I think probably everybody on who is going to watch this video online probably knows more about you than I know about you. And so I'm going to probably just ask lots of questions. We're like, well, I already know that about Wayne. Oh, I already know that about Wayne. But maybe just to start, hi, everybody. This is Pastor Wayne.
Hi.
How long, and your official title is Pastor of St. Dysmas?
Yeah, I'm the lead pastor for St. Dysmas of South Dakota.
All right, okay. And this is a congregation that meets in more than one prison?
Right.
Okay.
St. Dysmas is one congregation, and we worship on the hill here in Sioux Falls. That's the old building. And then we also worship at Springfield, Mike Durfee State Prison. So we worship Thursday nights on the hill, and then my colleague, Pastor David Bentz, is the pastor in Springfield, and they worship Fridays.
Okay. And you've been, let's see, just in case people don't know, we're actually upstairs right above the main offices at Eastside, because this is where the offices of St. Dysmas are. And
right.
How long has St. Dismas been officed here at Eastside?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It's long before you?
Yeah, long before me.
Okay.
And we just greatly appreciate the gift of the space. So it's great.
Well, I greatly appreciate that I walked in and was like, oh, I got to talk to Wayne. And I see his car. So I need to go up and talk to Wayne. Yeah. So that's just really helpful. So, all right. So I've been a part of or been involved in a few prison ministries around the country, most recently in the Denver area.
Yeah.
But maybe for folks who aren't familiar with what it is that happens, say, Thursday night here in Sioux Falls, just maybe give a little bit of an idea of what happens. And of course I'm saying this because there's a tradition of Eastside coming and worshiping with the St. Dysmas community at least once a year. And so right now we're looking at a date in October. Stay tuned that Eastside folks will come and worship with St. Dysmas. But let's talk a little bit about what, how that works and kind of so people can know what to expect.
Well, we worship Thursday nights at 6:30. And so as a guest, what you do is you'll coordinate with my secretary here, our secretary Susan, and there's paperwork that needs to be filled out for background checks. Once you've cleared the background check, then you're approved to come in, and you show up at the lobby. I ask people to be there by about 5:45 so you can get checked in, and I come down and I'll greet the visitors and I'll talk about some of the what to expect up there, and if there's anyone new there, to try to calm them down and say, you're probably going into the safest room in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
Yeah.
And just walk them through the process of how we're going to go into the prison and some of the do's and don'ts. For example, there's some rules about appropriate touch. The only appropriate touch up there is a handshake. And if the person doesn't extend their hand when you say, peace be with you, don't touch them. Some of the guys don't like to be touched. So,
Sure.
Just things like that. And so we'll all go in and we go through the Sally Port. That's I don't know why they call it, but it's a Sally Port in every prison I know of.
See, now I'm really intrigued about how it got the name.
I have no
next
idea.
time we get together, I want to find out.
And it's like the lady's name, Sally Port. Little tiny room. Some people get a little nervous there the first time because that's where you realize that you're in the prison and you have no control over your movement anymore. Someone's got to let you out. Go in and get checked in, get your badge issued and things, and then I take you up to the chapel. but you'll walk right in and you'll be in the prison, in the cell halls, and it might be a little chaotic when you come in, but you're safe. Everything's safe.
Yeah.
Plenty of officers around, and there's just
Yeah.
they love visitors, so they're not going to.
And that's been my experience too. You say that it's the safest place in Sioux Falls, and whenever I've gone in to be a part of a prison ministry, I've felt that.
Yeah.
Very much so. And genuinely, in my experience, the folks who are in the prison are genuinely interested in having a conversation because they see the same people day in and day out. And you're somebody new.
Yeah.
And so I've had great conversations in these.
Yeah.
So again, this is just kind of an encouragement, I guess, to whatever those preconceived notions are or fears. Let's talk about them because it really is a unique and lovely experience, a way to worship in a unique community, and it's really, like you said, safe and just unique. So, how, if you don't mind me asking, I'm really curious about how you got into this ministry, because I know you have also been a congregational pastor, and
Right.
so yeah.
Well, actually, the roots of my interest in prison ministry goes back to when I was a lay person. I'm retired from the Navy, and when I retired, we lived in Jacksonville, Florida, moved back to our hometown of Aberdeen, and Bethlehem Lutheran Church in Aberdeen came and visited the prison, and so I said, okay, and I came along and worshiped, and I was hooked.
Yeah, wow.
From that visit on, I said, man, there's something going on here. And so then I was, like you say, I've been a pastor up in Watertown at Lutheran Church of Our Redeemer, and then I was at Trinity Lutheran in T.
Okay.
And while in T, I was the lead pastor, and my late wife was diagnosed with cancer, and so I resigned that position because it was just too much. But I had been coming to worship at the prison, every other week or so, just to worship, and
Yeah. So that was your community.
that was my community outside of my congregation.
Yeah.
And I'd gotten this is a pink tag. This is a credential that allows me to go anywhere in the prison unescorted.
Okay.
So I went ahead and got my pink tag at the urging of Pastor Bob Schell, who was the pastor before me. And unfortunately, the pastor that was at Springfield at the time did a major security violation, very unintentionally. But they removed his credentials, and so one Thursday they worked Thursdays then. One Thursday he was there, and the next Thursday I was there.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that was I was pastor in Springfield for about 9 months, and then Pastor Schell retired, and I was called to be in the position I'm now.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And it's great.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah. No. And thanks for sharing that story. So I think this underlines just a little bit of my experience, and certainly you've had more of it. That the genuine community that forms in this place that is a place of tension.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One of the cool things about our sanctuary is that it truly is a sanctuary.
Okay.
In fact, this afternoon at Bible study, I was talking about this. In the cell halls, it can get quite chaotic, and it's noisy, and people are yelling, and it's hard to get any privacy or quiet time.
Sure.
But our chapel, you go up a few flights of steps, and as you're going up, it's like you're ascending into this sanctuary, and the noise gets dimmer and dimmer as you go up, and it really is special. And I'll say something about this congregation that many people have told me that come visit. They tell me it's the most welcoming congregation they've ever attended. Nothing against these.
Yeah. right.
But visitors tell me they are so welcoming. And one of the reasons, you talked about it before, is they new faces.
Yeah.
But some of these men don't get any visits at all.
Right.
So to have someone come, I tell the visitors is that you are the presence of Christ to these people, and I hope you felt the presence of Christ in them. But you tangibly show them that there are people out there that care for them.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for them, especially the ones that get no visits, no cards, no calls.
Right.
That no one likes me, everyone's abandoned me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you show up,
Yeah.
and they say, well, there are people that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it is. That's what I can say. It is.
It is.
And
It's
so,
awesome.
Right. Yeah. I'll put up on the screen maybe just either a sign-up list or even just my email address so that we can start to get some names for people who want to join us as Eastsiders worshiping in the St. Dysmas community. And we're looking at a date in late October. But to prep for that, I'm going to need to get some folks' names, and then they're going to need to go through this background check program,
Right.
which is easy, but
It's simple form you fill out. Yeah.
great. And that's something that we'll want to probably get figured out probably 6 weeks ahead or something like that. Is that correct?
The drop dead date is 2 weeks prior.
Okay. All right.
We have to have them 2 weeks prior, and they're kind of short staffed at the prison right now,
Sure.
and so it's been taking a little longer to process. So the sooner you get it in, the better.
Great. So we can start if you are watching and you know, like, this is something I really want to do and something I really want to experience for myself and a gift I want to give to a new community, just the gift of presence, then it's not too early to start that process. And you can send me an email at joel@eastsidelc.org. And we'll connect you with the folks here in the St. Dismas office so that we can start that process and look for a date when we can all be there together. And Wayne and I were chatting about some other dates where I may go in and we may be doing some music too. So that'll be really lovely and looking forward to that. So, I mean, I don't know if there's any better way I could say it other than you just have to experience it. And it is a lovely experience. This will be my first experience at St. Dismas, but in some of the other places that I've been honored to be able to be a part of these ministries, it's been really, really great. Yeah.
And I think in my 4 years or so I've been here, there's been one visitor that said they got just too freaked out and wouldn't come back.
Sure.
One.
Yeah.
Everyone else, that we can't wait to come back.
Right.
So
good. Well, and I hope for some of you in Eastside who have already been a part of this ministry at St. Dismas, I hope that you'll join us, and then we can benefit from the wisdom of your past experiences, as we come and do this again for the first time in 2021. So, thanks for your time, Wayne.
you bet.
Yeah. All right. We'll go back to the live feed and close out our time with Luther's evening prayer. Well, I hope you enjoyed hearing that conversation as much as I enjoyed having it with Wayne. And I'll just say one more time that the experience of Christ in our midst, in the midst of prison ministry, is powerful and lovely. It's beautiful. At least that's been my experience at other places, and I expect nothing different from when we go together as Eastsiders to worship with our siblings in Christ of St. Dismas. So I hope you'll consider joining us in late October and being a part of that event. So the best way, again, that you can do that is just reach out to me. Give me a call here at the church office or send me an email, joel@eastsidelc.org, and we'll start getting that paperwork done because we have to be pre-registered. Everyone who attends the worship at St. Dismas in the prison needs to be screened before we come, and so that's a process that takes at least a couple of weeks. So I'll be looking to get information from folks in August and early September. But it's not too soon. We could start talking about it now. So I'm looking forward to that experience, sharing that with you all. So again, I hope you'll join us. And if you have any questions, doubts, fears, then reach out to me. And of course, Wayne is right here in our building, and he and his staff can also help ask and answer questions. All right. So let's just see. I'm going to go back here and look at the chat and see if we have any. Oh, look at that. Karen Slocum says, "I'd be happy to get together. As prior to COVID, I coordinated the East Side worship at the prison." Oh, Karen, I didn't know that. That's great. Well, then, yeah, let's chat soon. And looking forward to that. Wayne and I were also chatting about apparently they do a Reformation festival at St. Dismas, and that's going to be coming up also in the fall. And so I might be going to share some music, or we're kind of still in the initial planning for that, but that also might be an event that Eastsiders might be able to participate in. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, again, just reach out to me, and would love to just have your name on my radar so that as these opportunities come up, we can make them a part of your calendar as well as mine. All right. Well, I think we are kind of coming to a close here. I know that this is a little bit shorter of a session, but that's okay. It's a nice night out, and so I hope that you'll also be able to get out in some fresh air yet before you end your day. But as we end our day, we end it with Luther's evening prayer. And so here it is. It's been good to be with you tonight, and look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Remember, those of you who come to worship at Eastside, 8 o'clock worship is just as it always is, but this Sunday, 10 o'clock worship, we are worshiping outdoors. So bring a lawn chair, some sunscreen. We'll have some cool bottled water and some fans, and there'll be plenty of shade under the trees too. So we look forward to seeing you this Sunday. All righty. Let's end with Luther's evening prayer. I give thanks to you, my heavenly Father, through Jesus Christ, your dear Son, that you have graciously protected me today, and I ask you to forgive me all my sins, where I have done wrong, and graciously to protect me tonight. For into your hands I commend myself, my body, my soul, and all that is mine. Let your holy angel be with me, so that the wicked foe may have no power over me. Amen. Good night, all. Have a blessed evening. We'll see you soon.